Hey, I have a question. Were the
Yeah,
Jews kicked out for more than 100 countries, and where does this coming from?
yeah, but bro, I
While
know that
Jews
like if
have
you ask
faced
AI
expulsions
stuff
from
like that,
numerous cities and regions throughout history, there is no historical evidence to support the claim that they were expelled from more than 100 countries. This figure often comes from
please,
counting repeated expulsions from individual
please.
cities or principalities rather than distinct nations.
How you doing?
Salutations.
Salutations. How's Belgium?
Everyone's on holiday, so
Everybody's what?
everybody's on vacation, so it's quite empty and quiet,
The entire country?
pretty much.
Oh, really? Where are they going on vacations?
I think popular destinations are typically Spain and France and Italy.
Why don't you go on vacation?
I was in Italy this year already,
Okay, nice,
so
nice. What do you think about
yeah.
Israel?
Very subtle.
I want to have
Uh,
conversation about the topic. Yes, I'm trying to search for someone with their opinions from Europe, but
uh, yeah, I mean, okay. So, what was the precise? Because it's a pretty broad question, right?
sure,
Like,
you can go for Israel, Palestine, the West Bank, Lebanon, Iran. You choose.
but okay. See, when you said that, if we use, if you say the word discussion, I think there's little room for discussion. For example, when it comes to the whole, yeah, I mean, come on, this is not new either,
It is not. It's
because
not new, but it's
because
always in the news, right?
less so the last weeks it was more focused on domestic problems and Europe being on fire, for example, and
Yeah, Spain,
most
Sueta.
households are.
I know.
Hmm?
Sueta.
Yeah, so like less than, couple. But yeah, I think in that term, from that point of view, it's really, I think if you really come on, man, that's I think
What's your
there's little room
opinion?
for debate for that. But then the other things, for example, I like to distinguish between, or you could phrase, so I like to distinguish between Zionists and the, population, the Jewish population that
Okay.
isn't Zionist. So
Yeah.
like every how would you phrase that? Like every Jew's, but anyway, I mean, you understand
You know
what I
what?
mean, right?
You know what? So you're not a Zionist, right?
Oh, for sure. No, no, no.
So I want to ask you a question. Do you think the Belgians and the French and the Germans, do they have a right to self-determine in their country?
Belgium happened to
Ethnic
emerge
groups.
as a
No, but
buffer.
I'm talking about ethnic groups. Do people who are
Yeah,
ethnically from a region, do they have a right to self-determine in that land?
yeah. Then Belgium is a terrible example. Then
Okay, I
Belgium's
didn't win for
not a great
Belgium. Okay,
example
maybe
for
Belgium
that.
was wrong, but Germany, UK.
Germany is also, that's the thing. The German identity. I can tell you more about that honestly. Then, but anyway, okay, because we're jumping topics. Essentially, your question is self determination.
Do indigenous
I
people have a
think
right to
that's
self-determination?
difficult
That's it.
if the whole please, I wasn't finishing. Um, Self determination did not really, it wasn't self determination that brought the genesis of the modern Israeli state. It was the
Wait,
intervention of
wait. Don't deflect to different conversation.
the,
Wait.
what is the
We can
Balfour,
talk. We
what
can
is
talk
the
about the
Balfour
Balfour Declaration, but this is was
yeah,
we were before there.
yeah,
But my question
but
to
that's
you
something
is:
else.
wait. We can talk about the Balfour Declaration, man. But the question is: before that, does indigenous people have a right to self-determine in their ancestral homeland? That's it. It's a yes or a no. You want to say no? Say no. Fine.
But bro, that's a dangerous. So I think I'm on the fence because by that, you know, the Mongols could just point at. They had a vast empire. They could just point at anywhere they've been and said, like, "Yeah, my ancestors were here 1,000 years ago."
Hmm.
So I'll just disown the people who lived there now for the
No, but
last,
that's not my. That's
thousands of.
not what I'm saying. But this is not what how
It's
happened
it's
with Israel
also the
because
same.
was it a
It's also
country?
uh, it's also the same logic that Putin used to assault the Ukraine by just saying, okay, so Starting from Catherine the Great, there was a Russian culture in the Kievan Rus, right? Which emerges around 800 after Christ was born. Does that really justify what's going on now? And I think it's the same. It's the same. It's a dangerous logic, man. It's a dangerous logic.
Yeah, but but this is not what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about there
Um,
was no country here. Nobody ruled here, right? In this land, it was the Palestinian. It wasn't the Jews. Well, we did actually rule here 2,000 years ago. Do you agree about
yeah,
that?
but that, bro, that's like, okay. So that's again
Okay.
the Romans. The Italians could just point at all of Europe and including parts of
No. But
what's.
I'm talking about modern times. So in
Yeah.
19, hold on, wait 1 second,
The,
wait 1 second, because I find you don't have you have a problem with the definition of self determination. Fine, I'll go with you on a different topic.
Mhm.
Was there a country here in the 1920s, 1910, 1800s? Was there a sovereign country, or was it occupied by a force?
No, it's. I think it's clear that it took, um, the British elite and Jews in Britain to facilitate the ideas of that were emerging in Central and Eastern Europe with
Mhm,
Yiddish-speaking scholars. For example, Theodor Herzl. I've read the
mhm.
Judenstadt in German, actually, in Old Austrian. So I'm fairly, you know,
So if you think the British
convinced.
helped that,
Please, I wasn't
sorry,
finished.
okay, go ahead, sorry.
But your question was, what was the question? What
Who
was your
ruled here in the
question?
1800s, for example?
Yeah. I don't know exactly who lived on in
It was the
Jerusalem
Ottoman
or Gaza,
Empire.
but bro, come on, that
And
what
during the
what
Ottoman Empire, actually, the Jews started
yeah.
immigrating in 1881.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure what you're referring to regarding the British, because the British did not control this land until the 1921 or two. They got official the mandate over the land. So 40 years before the Jews came here, what does the British have to do with this?
Yeah. Um. Again, I would have to look up the chronology of it,
Hmm.
but like that coincides that year 1880 coincides with like the time period in Europe, in also in cities like Vienna and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Were Zionists were stretching
When?
out their
What
hands,
date?
were stretching out their claws at
When? When?
powerful
When did they
institutions.
stretch out their power? Just tell me.
Well, you said the year 1880, and that's also the time when people like Herzl and other Zionist scholars
It was in 1897. But okay.
uh, we'll see. But come on, and so like this might even predate the Balfour Declaration. Yeah.
It does.
So like yeah, my answer is I don't know the exact chronology
Okay.
of when exactly Jewish settlers from Poland, Lithuania,
Do you have a
Russia,
problem with
wherever
the
they come
Jews
from.
coming to a land to immigrate? Is that a problem, immigrating to a land?
Yeah, but bro, come on, we all seen footages of people getting abused, getting disowned from their own house from people who are clearly from
When?
Poland,
What date are we
Lithuania,
talking about?
Russia, Belarus. Yes, but this is, bro. I know these things. This,
Hmm.
um,
Yes, the Jews were
my
oppressed
break.
by the Russians and the Europeans, so they immigrated to this land. Correct. So, do you have a problem with Jews running from oppression to a different land in order to have some sort of protection over themselves?
Yeah, but you can phrase it like that. If you phrase it like that, I'll play along.
Hmm.
That's people's right. That it doesn't matter if I have a problem. It's
Okay.
like regulated by Geneva Convention stuff like that. If you have to flee from somewhere, that's not what happened. What's happening, bro?
What
That's
happened?
not. And the now we are actually at a dangerous impasse of where the United States are running out of ammo.
Wait,
Okay,
don't go to
but this is
contemporary. You're going
important.
to
This is important.
contemporary time. First of all, you're going to
This is
contemporary.
important.
But wait,
This
it
is
is
important.
important. But wait, you're jumping topics. We're going for contemporary time. Stay on topic on the past, and then we can go to contemporary times. So
Okay.
my question to you again is: if people are fleeing from an area that they are persecuted, can they build their own society in that said area if they do it legally?
Yeah, I mean, again, if you phrase it like that, my answer will remain the same. If you phrase it like that,
Which is.
it sounds, of course, like there's a, acute threat, and
Mhm.
then laws like the Geneva Convention they
It
regulate
came
that.
after.
That's what people have agreed upon. That's what
It
United
came
Nations.
after. We're not about the Geneva Convention. I'm talking about the creation of Israel.
The creation of the Israeli modern Israeli state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it wasn't that. It wasn't called that. Like on, if I'll look later, but like it probably wasn't that on the map in 1880, right?
In
But if, I
1880,
mean,
it
you're
was the
asking, do
Ottoman
people
Empire.
have the
After it
right?
was the
That's like
British
such a
Mandate.
general.
After
Yeah.
it was the British Mandate. You also claiming that the Jews and the British were in cahoots, right, to take the
I
land.
said the British elite and the
Yeah, the
Jews
British
in
elite.
Britain.
So
Yeah,
can you
yeah,
explain to me why did the
that's true.
British elite gave 78% of what was Palestine area to Jordan,
Yeah.
to a Hashemite king in 1922 without asking us? If we are working with them on making a Jewish country here.
Hmm. I still don't know the. So I'm not exactly sure what. That's a detail I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, can't really
interesting.
debate on that.
It's interesting, right? Also, if we're in cahoots with the British,
Yes.
why did they make 3 times, the white papers? Have you heard about them?
British establishment, right?
No,
Not
what is the white papers? What are the white
white.
papers? Yes. The
But
white
again,
papers
yeah.
blocked Jewish immigration to this land. Predominantly, the worst ones were in 1939, which you know what started in 1939, I guess. That date, the white paper were initiated for the third time, and they blocked Jewish immigration fleeing from Nazi Germany and from Europe, again, abusing the Jews. And they made a cap of 75,000 Jews coming into this land on a 5-year timeline, which caused a lot of Jews to be genocided by Schmittler or Hitler, whatever, I don't know, I'm not on YouTube. So my question to you is, if we're in cahoots with them,
Yeah.
why did they get out the white papers?
Bro, it's clear that the British establishment, turn of that century, and post-Balfour Declaration helped establish the genesis of the modern Israeli state. That's like.
Actually, the
I
British
don't think
also
you I don't think you
abstained
dispute
from
that
it.
if Lord Rothschild
You know what was the
read
Balfour?
that
You
thing.
know what it says in the Balfour Declaration. I can read it the letter. It's like very short
Yeah, and
letter.
that's the
What
thing.
does it
But
say?
we're not following the protocol at all. It seems right
What does
because
the letter
it says
say?
that Palestinian interests shouldn't be harmed. And bro, come
Doesn't
on,
really say. Yeah, sure. It says to.
you're looking for no, but it's an interesting thing. You're looking for some details that still. I mean, even if you added up all of what we've just said, that doesn't legitimize what's actually currently happening. Come on.
What happened? You're talking about right now. You want to talk about contemporary time as after?
No, but like this isn't only like since October 7th.
No. This
Since
is way
decades.
before.
This is old news, bro.
When
This
do you
is
think it started?
Again, modern Zionism. I would pinpoint that to modern European Zionism, which I think is the
So
root of
because of Zionism, the conflict started. That's my question to you.
the conference. No, but like
No, because of when the conflict started because of the Zionist ideology. That's my question to you.
Well, if you wouldn't have Zionists pursuing their ideology, where would the threat be coming from? They'd be still sitting in Belarus or
Well,
whatever, or Poland.
1834.
They would still be in Poland.
1834, the Tzfat massacre here. That was before Zionism. 1517, again massacre here, also in Tzfat. It's going all back to when Muhammad actually died and the Islamic Caliphate started breaching. So it didn't start because of Zionism.
Mate, but all those things, from my perspective, make it they speak very strongly against all Abrahamic religions. Then, so in one
No,
sentence,
but wait,
in
let's
one
talk about
sentence.
Zionism. Wait.
Yeah.
Stay on Zionism. For example, in 1929, the Arabs came into Hebron, which was an anti-Zionist community. By the way, before they came, because there was rumors about them going to the Al-Aqsa Mosque to do something. It was a conspiracy. It was rumors. Before that, the Haganah came to them, tell them, we want to protect you because something is going to happen. And they told them, go away. We don't want your protection, because they were really anti-Zionist. And the Arabs came, and they massacred 67 Jews in Hebron. Why did they do that if it's because of Zionism?
Bro, it's because of Zionism. Because there's a good portion of Jews that live in the diaspora that believe and have accepted that it's a Jewish fate to live and continue living in the diaspora.
No, actually, you're talking about the three oaths.
That's...
I know. You're talking about Satmar and the Torah Karta, which is around 1% of the Jewish population. FYI, it's around 150,000 people. That's the amount of the Jews that believe in that. And that's coming from the three oaths. You know what are the three oaths?
Mm.
It's the three oaths is saying we should not we should not go against the Gentiles or against the other communities. I can check it exactly, like the details. But the major one that was broken, the oath that was broken, it's that whoever is not Jewish should not oppress the Jews too much, which was obviously broken in the Holocaust, right?
Whoever, what was it? Oppresses Jews
Exactly
too
the three
much?
oaths, by the way. The three oaths is not to return the land of Israel in a mass by scaling the wall or using military force, which we didn't do this, by the way. Second, not to rebel against a hostile Gentile nation among who they live in exile. And the third most important one, which I just told you, not to oppress or subjugate the Jewish people excessively, which was not done. That oath was broken for the nations.
Yeah, but wait, who swore that? Who swore what?
It's a halacha. It's a mainstream halacha.
What is that?
It's from Satmar. I told you.
From
It's
Summer?
it's a Hasidim. Yes.
Bro, that's the thing. I'm not Jewish, so like I don't know these terms, right? I don't speak Hebrew.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you don't need to speak Hebrew to learn this, by the way. I don't speak
but,
Arabic
like,
and I know
you
about
just said the
Islam.
words in Hebrew as if like I should know what
Halacha
that
is
means.
there is no English word for halacha or for Satmar. That's
What?
the name.
Halacha is an English
Halacha.
word.
But that's the name of it. There is no other name for
Yeah,
it in
right. But
English.
see, so that's the thing. It's a Hebrew name. I don't know Hebrew, therefore I can't deduct what it means. Anyway. Okay, interesting. So I mean, okay, and
So regarding
the three oaths. The
contemporary
three oaths.
time,
Yeah,
yes,
the three oaths. Right.
yes.
I'm with you. The three oaths.
So I told you, broken. Hold on. Are you watching and not subscribed? Please consider joining the community. And if you really enjoy the content, support me on Coffee. Every small donation help keep these debates independent. All right, back to the chaos.
Okay.
Okay. So regarding religious-wise, not relevant. Don't really care about that. Regarding rightful, yeah, we do have a right to have this country. If you're going by the UN partition plan in 1947, 181, if you're going by indigeneity, we're indigenous to the land. By DNA, you can check this. So by
Yeah,
all
but then
Catholic,
by DNA, you would also be indigenous to Poland,
yeah, because how did we get to
Lithuania,
Poland?
Belarus.
Yeah, but how did we get to
But
those
you can't.
regions?
I mean, yeah, bro. This is like I don't see like is it like just a pure exercise of like playing devil's advocate? Clearly, bro, what's happening now is wrong. You
Talking
can
about the war
look
in
for all
Gaza?
little things. Now you have like 6 or 7 Jews living,
You talking about the war
million
in
Jews
Gaza?
living there, and then the rest lives across the world, most of them in the States and
What
Europe.
do you mean
Okay,
now
sure.
you have 6 or 7 Jews in, what are you talking about?
6 or 7 million Jews in Israel, right? Like,
8,
so
around 8, but doesn't
you
matter. What's
already,
your
yeah,
point?
oh, even 8. See, so there you go. So like, I don't see like it's already there. You're there, right?
Okay.
Like, congrats. You guys won.
Okay.
Woo.
And what do you
So
think about the war? Okay, so that's not our topic. I know we won, but people still have a problem with us and the way we conduct the
yeah,
war,
but
which,
bro, but do you think that's really a coincidence that like even such a peaceful country like Thailand starts having to have like little signs in their shops that say Israeli tourists not welcome, or that
because
they've been
of,
banned
yeah,
from
maybe some
over a
idiotic,
hundred
some moronic
countries?
Israelis who are misbehaving. Yeah, I'm against this. Don't think you should, do you
But
think they
this
should
is,
generalize against
bro.
all the Israelis?
I just struggle to believe that it's a coincidence or a complot or a conspiracy that over 100 countries in history have banned, exiled the Jewish community.
Banded
There
what?
has to be
100
something.
countries? Wait, talking about the 109 countries who kicked out the Jews?
I mean,
That
the
came from
numbers I
an
see
Australian
there.
blog post who actually got debunked. So don't please stop with the propaganda. It wasn't also
No,
109
that's
countries.
bro. Come on.
Yes,
This
what?
is old news. This is stuff we learned in like religion
109
school.
countries that the Jews were kicked out of?
So that number, I know
Let's
it's
check.
over 100.
Let's
I've
check.
seen other numbers. I've seen 194. I've
Yeah,
seen
okay. Let's see.
117. But like the thing is,
Hey, I have a question. Were the
yeah,
Jews kicked out for more than 100 countries, and where does this coming from?
yeah, but bro, I know
While
that
Jews
like if
have
you
faced
ask AI
expulsions
stuff
from
like
numerous
that,
cities and regions throughout history, there is no historical evidence to support the claim that they were expelled from more than 100 countries. This figure often comes from counting repeated expulsions from individual cities or principalities rather than distinct nations.
Can you also tell me why?
No.
Do you know why were the Jews kicked out from those regions and areas?
Yeah.
Tell me. Please tell me.
Oh, you're asking me? I thought
Yeah,
you
no,
still,
I'm asking you. Do you know why? No, I'm sure she knows. But do
No, but
you know
like,
why the
look,
Jews were
hold
kicked
on. I
out?
don't like, no, like, I don't accept the answer of AI
Of
in that
course you
case
don't accept
because
the
I've
actual
tested,
evidence.
I've tested it today. I've tested it today, and like, if you try to criticize Israel stuff like that in a question in AI, it just won't answer and
It's
say
the
that it's
Jews. It's not
anti-Semitic.
Israel. It's the Jews. It's not
No, but
Israel.
that's, dude. Oh my god, this is such a good argument. Literally, Gemini, ChatGPT, and Grok.
Okay.
I tried all three couple hours before our conversation.
You can do the same thing with
You
Islam.
can't
You can try and criticize.
them. You can
No, but it's not
criticize
gonna
them.
give you. It's not gonna give you fake information. But if you're gonna try also to criticize Islam, it will not let you criticize
Oh, that's not
specifically.
true. No,
But if you,
but that it's I don't.
that's
You know, so like
especially true.
this isn't an Islam versus Judaism debate. This is
So can you tell me where you have the facts from that
clearly.
the
Hold
Jews
on,
were
like
kicked
I'm trying
out?
to give you a chance here. Clearly,
Okay.
you're a very balanced, well-educated, open-minded guy who he tries to like get into conversation dialogue with people. I think that's so I think I should compliment you for that. However, it seems you're not immune to um, nationalist propaganda, Zionist propaganda, which by the way affects me also, right? Because our state media also have to, for some weird reasons. It depends also like where you live. It's not exactly like that in Spain or Ireland, for example. Are subject to that propaganda. I think you're clever enough to see through it. I think your motive is the good one, right? Like I think you are also truth seeking, peace seeking. So I think on those things we can agree. Looking for historic details, trying to justify what's currently happening with those elements of historic details, trying to justify certain aspects of Jewish identity, which I can comment less on as a non-Jew, right? It won't lead anywhere, bro. It's divisive, right? It's divisive.
Okay. So regarding
So I
me,
think that's a good summary for.
Okay, I look at the history from both sides. I didn't only look from the Israeli side. I also read Al Jazeera. I read the BBC. I read also offers that are against us, but like Ilan Pape. But my question to you is, which is an Israeli who hates Israel, by the way, very left and against us. But my question to you is, did I say anything that is factually incorrect?
There's some things about, like, for example, former century or pre-World War I things. I don't know, bro. But like, it doesn't matter if I don't know those details. It just means I can't debate them faithfully with you, right?
So regarding contemporary time, can we debate?
And then I think there's just some things. Were there I'm even trying to see, were there even really contradictions between what we said? I think you said some factually, like, they were very general statements though. Like, for example, if there's a persecuted people that are ethnically rooted in some geography, what are their rights and stuff like that? Super general, ignores the last 70, 80 years completely, and come on, like, this isn't even like an appeal to your rationale. This is just an appeal to your, just come on.
So do you think the way, because I'm not going to agree with you in this, but I'll ask you a different question. Do you think the way that the war in Gaza, more contemporary time, I'm sure you know more about this. Do you think the way that the war was conducted was not good?
I guess that's normally for the International Criminal Court to decide if.
So you don't have any opinion?
Yeah, it's clear, bro. Like, this is way overkill. So I mean, to just like plainly answer your question, this is absolutely deserves every international criticism and local criticism. People went on the street too to protest on the government many times
I don't care about people, by the way. I
in
don't care about general
Israel,
people.
and that I feel confirmed that I have the right moral, viewpoint on
So
that.
what did we
This
do
is
wrong?
very, very, very
So be
wrong. Very,
specific.
very.
Be
The
specific.
worst.
Be specific. What during this war, and go. Let's go point by point. What did we do wrong in the way we conducted the war? Please tell me.
By cutting off like international aid and even domestic aid.
When?
That's a war crime.
When?
Like those but to come on.
You're talking about the 2025 when we cut off aid for a few months. According to international laws, if aid is being actually not being provided correctly or being stolen by a group, you can block the aid if there is enough aid inside. And actually, Israel provided around 380,000 tons of aid in those previous months, which should have lasted for around 8 months to the 2 million population in Gaza. So according to international laws, you can block. By the way, you know that 2 weeks ago, the UN came with a report showing that Israel was correct, what we have been saying for years since the beginning of the war, that Hamas have been hijacking the aid. This was one of the reasons we stopped doing the aid, because we wanted to find better routes to give the Palestinians their aid. So this was confirmed by the UN, by the way, which is not really pro-Israeli. Now, why do we vaccinate a million?
That's not.
Yeah, of course it's not correct.
Bro, no. The UN is one of like
controlled by Israel.
That's not true, but like okay, and then so like essentially, bro, you let people starve, you push them to the sea.
Wait, how many people starved? Wait, point by point, point by point, point by point. No, point. We're not gonna shotgun right now. How many people starved in the last 3 years?
Man, tens of thousands.
So according to Hamas and the Health Ministry of Gaza and the official recorded numbers, it's around 400 people.
Man. So many people died.
I'm not saying died. I'm talking about starved right now.
Yeah, but dude, so many people starved.
How many people died in total?
Too many.
How many? Give me a number.
I don't know, bro.
But
so many, bro. Like
a population. How many of the population of Palestine have died in Gaza? Do you think?
Like 2 million or something.
That's the population. Yes. How many do you think they died from that population?
I'm honestly, that's what like makes it so, how do you say, respectable, that they've endured all that.
Okay, sure. How many died? Yeah. Answer my question.
Man, tens of thousands of people have died. Mostly civilians, mostly
according to what is it mostly civilians?
I don't know. Fucking this is.
You don't know, but you're claiming it.
How would I phrase this? Your initial question was, is that like a good way to fight a war? My answer will remain.
So what should tell me? Okay, so first of all, regarding, so let me educate you a bit. It's 70.
I used to just cut off food.
It's okay. So cut off food again. I told you it's possible. I'm wondering why we are the only country who should provide food for their enemies, which no country have ever done this. I didn't see Russia providing. I didn't see Russia providing food for the Ukrainian. I also didn't see any country who were getting blocked from refugees like Egypt did, and not letting refugees coming from Palestine. You had 6 million refugees coming to Europe. For some odd, bizarre way, no refugees has been accepted in Egypt or in any country who's gonna take them. My question to you is right now, what would you have done differently in this war if you think we did it incorrectly?
Yeah, but this isn't like you're asking me what would I do if I were a Zionist in Israel and were in that situation.
Yeah, because you're saying we did it.
But that's I don't have a motive to do this crazy.
But you're saying the way that we conducted the war is incorrect, so it means that you have a correct way.
I like to see the big picture, and I like to quote the late Lord Jacob Rothschild, fifth
Again,
Baron
you
or
going for
fourth Baron,
Rothschild?
I
Why are you
think,
going back again for 100 years ago?
fourth Baron of the British brand.
You don't have
And
any
he said
information.
after they read that beautiful letter, and he said that this was, by the way, one of the greatest pieces of
when you don't have enough, guys, this is how you do not debate, by the way, guys. When you don't know enough about the topic, you continue jumping between different topics. You do not answer
you're
any
just trying to
questions.
control the conversation.
No, because you don't answer my questions. You're going back
If I
for Lord
formulate this
Rothschild.
from a
I don't
Zionist
have a problem.
perspective.
No, I'm not hearing you reading it right now.
Right.
No, because you don't answer my questions. You're not gonna go and jump back.
I tried to answer most questions.
No, you didn't.
To the best of my abilities, but like, look.
But you're blaming Israel for not conducting the war correctly. I'll give you another try. Tell me what was done.
Bro, this is terrible way to conduct yourself.
How many civilians died?
Even inside of a war, outside of a war.
How many
terrible
civilians
way
died?
To conduct yourself inside the country and outside, since centuries. And I'm still
how many
trying to
civilians
learn
died
what
as
the
a percentage?
With where did the chosen people? It says so
as a percentage. How many civilians died?
Covered somewhere.
As a percentage, how many civilians died?
Bro, too many. There's not a number where like it starts to be like okay for what is currently happening.
So in urban warfare, what's the average casualty of civilians? Data. Let's go about like dry data. What's the average casualty in urban warfare? Do you know?
You know, I'm on my phone as opposed to you who's on his computer trying to fact check everything in the background.
I know everything. I'm not even typing. I know those numbers because I'm debating people like you that don't know anything about this and just shouting free Palestine. I don't know anything. I hate
words, but come on, man.
I know you didn't say it, but you said it in your heart. So the way you debate me right now, you said it in your heart. But again, I'll ask you again. What's the urban warfare numbers regarding civilian casualties? If you can Google it right now in your phone.
What is the urban warfare numbers?
For civilian casualties, yes.
What? Okay, but that's a hard.
What's the percentage of the civilian dying in an urban warfare?
Bro, over the years, tens of hundreds of thousands of poor
I'm not asking
have
this.
been assaulted by
you don't understand what I'm saying. Oh my god.
IDF.
Settlers in the West Bank, it's not the same. Damn, you just parroting propaganda. You're just saying occupation, whatever, killing. You don't know anything. Zionist.
This is I'm surprised, or like I'm kind of, how do you say, amazed that like this flew so long just by saying, oh, it's written somewhere on some piece of textile somewhere, and that will justify anything.
Okay, my chat gave you better thing. Civilian to combatment. Wait. My chat gave you maybe a better way to tell it to you. Civilian to combatment ratio. What do you think it is in an urban warfare?
What is the civilian to combatant ratio in civil warfare?
In an urban warfare, yes. What's the average? Do you know?
No.
It's 1 to 5 to 1 to 9. So on every 1 militant, between 5 to 9 civilians dying. In this war in Gaza right now, the ratio is around 1 to 1.2. Very low. More than the average.
The ratio is 1 to 1.2, 2?
1 to 1.2.
Yeah, so that means for every civilian, also a combatant
for
dies.
1 militant, around 1.2 civilians are dying, yes.
Yeah, bro, there's not that many people left then, I guess. They're all dead.
What are you talking about right now?
Yeah.
How did you get to that conclusion from this?
They're all pulverized, but they're all dead.
How did you get to that conclusion from what I just said?
They're all dead, bro. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either, because it's just rubble, right? It's just rubble, and then you're under open sky, and then they still drop phosphorus bombs.
I'm actually losing brain cells right now. How many died? We said 70,000. How is that like, all of them?
If you keep using that argument,
what?
I will start questioning the validity of your sources, and I will say
my sources is Hamas.
I will say numbers like 6 million, all that stuff.
My sources is like, Hamas. Hamas.
Yeah,
who do you think I'm quoting?
Source, bro.
Okay, so which source are you taking?
I don't have any source right now.
But that's the
I'm just
official
talking out of
source.
my
It's
ass.
the
But
Health
like,
Ministry of Gaza. It's from Hamas. That's the official source. There is no other
yeah,
source.
but I wouldn't.
Amazing.
accept
So we
Hamas.
don't know how many are dying. Good.
I don't accept Hamas as an official source.
So we don't know
For
how
that-
many are dying. If you don't accept Hamas as an official source,
Yes,
we don't
but
know how many died.
use your brain. Yeah, no, I don't know exactly how many.
No, we
But
don't know,
so you can't even,
and we
you
don't
can't
know
even,
any,
but that
because
also means-
nobody's counting the dead.
That also means that you can't count how many have died because there's so many. That's a terrible, terrible conclusion. Also,
That's
don't you
not
think?
what I was
There's so many,
saying.
it's
There is only
uncountable-
one
uncountable
body.
amount of people. And by the way, that's in my opinion,
God, I'm
the
losing
correct
it.
way to decipher also.
I've
The
never
Holocaust
talked to
numbers.
someone
The
dumber than
Holocaust
you right
numbers.
now. I never talked to someone dumber. I'm genuinely, the Arabs are smarter than you when I'm debating them, and
Okay.
that's saying something right now.
But what
I
am
think
Am I
this
not
is the
Arab?
dumbest conversation I've ever heard with anyone, especially with a European.
Okay.
Have a good life. Stay safe. Please educate yourself. Please open a
Yeah,
fucking
but if-
book. No, I